Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 228 now in part 2 of the workbook. Our first central thought, special thought, is what is forgiveness? And today's lesson is God has condemned me not, no more do I. And please subscribe. God has condemned me not. The truth is that God has never judged us. God has not condemned us. So God does not forgive us. Because without condemnation or judgment against something, forgiveness isn't necessary. This is how this lesson ties into our central thought. So God has condemned me not, no more do I. I am going to stop condemning myself, punishing myself, seeing myself as less than. It gives me no benefit. That's the whole thing. For me to continue with anything, it's because I think there's a benefit. There is no benefit in me judging against myself. What happens is I feel less than, I feel small, I feel insignificant, I feel put upon, I feel lost. I will no longer do that to me because God has not condemned me. God sees who I am. It's time for me to see who I am as well and to accept God's vision of me because my Father knows my holiness is the first line of today's lesson. I am the sinless, guiltless, holy child of God. You know, that's one of the Janet-isms that I say often, but my mind is part of God, so I am very holy. So God knows my holiness. Shall I deny his knowledge and believe in what his knowledge makes impossible? Should I tell myself that, no, God is wrong. I know that I'm not holy. I know that I'm insignificant. I know that I am small. I know that I'm weak. Should I do that, or should I consider at least the possibility that God might be right? Yeah, I think he might be. So, shall I accept as true what he proclaims as false? God is there telling us, showing us how much we are loved and lifting us up. I am as God created me. If I believe just that one lesson, that's a giant stride, in which I still say is in part of every single lesson, we can find that truth. I am as God created me. This lesson is no exception. If I accept as true what God proclaims as false, let me accept. Let me accept what God proclaims and not what I have thought and made in opposition to what my Father thinks and what my Father knows. And God knows. God is omnipotent. God knows. Knowledge is of God. Or shall I take his word for what I am, since he is my creator and the one who knows the true condition of his Son? Again, I am as God created me, that giant stride. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Let me remember I am one with God. Let me remember the true condition of who I am. Let me remember that I am loved. We are loved beyond comprehension in this world. God's love is the only love there is, and it is all encompassing. Let me understand that God loves his Son and never will condemn his Son, his child. The second part of today's lesson is in italics. We know it's prayer. Father, I was mistaken in myself because I failed to realize the source from which I came. And a thought never leaves its source. So I am still as God created me, and I am still one with the source that brought me into being. I have not left that source to enter a body and to die. There is no death. The Son of God is free. There is no death. There's no death. I have believed that there is, but that's when I do not believe and know the truth of who I am. I am as God created me, and God does not create bodies. That again. But I am spirit. I am spirit. We are spirit. The truth of who we are is spirit. And so we did not enter a body to die. My holiness remains a part of me as I am part of you. Again, my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. I let go that I am part of you, and my mistakes about myself are dreams. They're all dreams. They're all illusions. They're wisps. They're smoke and mirrors. None of them are real. So my mistakes, my errors, not my sins, just my errors, are dreams. They're not real. This is where forgiveness comes in, because forgiveness tells me that what I thought my brother did to me did not occur. What I thought I was did not occur. It did not happen. So I forgive myself for having those false thoughts about who I am. And today I will instead accept what my Father knows me to be, his beloved child. I let everything go today. All of those false thoughts, those dreams, smoke and mirrors, I let them go today. And I stand ready to receive your word alone for what I really am. I am as God created me. Let me remember I am one with God. Let me not condemn myself, because there is no cruelty in God, and therefore there's none in me. And forgiveness offers me everything I want. So let me forgive and be free today. Let me forgive and know the truth of who I am today. Let me forgive and come home today. And I think that's it for today. So please like, please share, please subscribe. I hope it would help. Please subscribe, please smile, please take in a deep breath and release everything that doesn't feel like it's part of the truth of who you are, and smile and pray for all minds to realize who they really are. Namaste.